Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire. That was a great intro. I am your would-be host, Daniel Regueira. I'm here with Chad and Holden. Hello.
Hey, know us.
Was that your impression of me?
That was just me being a weirdo.
Okay, I was about to say that was really rude if it was.
Maybe it was.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this is our first ever side quest with the proper nomenclature.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu today. We're not going to talk about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee today because that's a fucking piece of shit.
That's right. It's not identical content at all.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. Get the fuck out. One of them's a brown dog. Fox? Cat?
That doesn't evolve.
Doesn't evolve. And we're just going to go through our thoughts on it so far. We're not going to get into, I guess, any real spoilers. I mean, it's Pokemon Yellow. So
yeah, what spoilers?
Yellow,
like the major twist at the end when Pikachu is Darth Vader's whatever.
There's a minor one that I could talk about, but I won't.
You mean like having to do with a mine?
If anyone plays Pokemon games for the story, there's something really wrong with them.
Hey.
Hi.
It's not about the story. It's about the collecting the Pokemon and making your own adventure.
Hey.
There's no story to those games at all.
I will
Holden,
argue Gen 5
rude.
has a lot of story. Anyway.
Which one's Gen 5?
Black and white.
Gen Pop, General Population Prison?
Gen Pop Prison. Gen Pop.
Black and white. Oh, yeah, I never played Black and white. I didn't
Black
ever
and
have a
white.
DS, so
good.
I missed those.
So good.
I don't think you missed much. The DS was overrated.
That's not what we're talking about today, though. We're talking about Pokemon Let's Go.
No, let's go down the
Pikachu for
rabbit
the
hole.
Nintendo Switch. So, gentlemen, let's find out where everyone is. I am 15 hours and 45 minutes in.
Holy
God
shit.
damn.
I don't know how many hours in. Let me find out.
I just
don't know
got to
hours
Saffron
either.
City.
Yeah,
if you go to save the game, it'll tell you the hours.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
catching
I'm
a
gonna find it
Pidgey
right
right
now.
now. Hold on.
I'm in the middle of the little cutscene with Pikachu standing on a boat. And he seems really. It says Pikachu seems really
I
happy.
hope he's singing "I'm on a boat, motherfucker."
It's like,
Take a look
it's
at
that
me.
great story.
Yeah, he's on the
It's
SSN.
66.
He has 2 badges at the SSN. I have 3 badges. Just beat Lieutenant Surge.
Okay,
Yeah, I am 5 hours in right now.
my dex is 66 Pokemon. What are you guys at
Wait, where is it at under options?
under your save?
No, but you go to save again. I'll tell you
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, word.
I have 31 Pokemon in the Pokedex, but I think that means the number of caught. I've seen more than that.
I'm at 31 as well.
Great.
10
So
hours.
that means that anything that I say counts double
That's right.
because I'm twice as far.
Yeah,
as
I've
everyone
obtained
else.
31 and I've seen 52.
But have you
Or I
obtained a
have
shiny
half
Pokemon
the life of
yet?
everyone else. So
I have not got any shiny Pokemon.
no, but I did learn today a trick for obtaining shiny Pokemon.
I was telling Holden about this. This was what I was saying for the podcast.
Yes.
This is why I was trying to catch a Pidgey.
Should we do initial impressions first, then go into like the mechanic, like specific
Let's
mechanic
talk
stuff?
for anyone who, for some fucking godforsaken reason, is listening to this without knowing what the hell Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is.
Or just not knowing what Pokemon is.
This is a remake of
that
Pokemon
possible?
Yellow.
Pocket
for
the
Game
monster.
Boy. Oh, Pocket the monster on Netflix.
Oh, God.
The world's most kick-ass irreverent podcast. Yeah, it's a remake. Pokemon Go type mechanics for catching. We'll get into whether we like that or not in a little bit. Still battles for all of the same kind of general storyline. And what are your guys' initial impression?
Storyline quotes. I'm gonna push this really hard.
Okay, yeah, right.
I'm
This
going
is
to
not
come
Gen
at you.
5.
I'm coming at you, Holden, later. This is
I
going
would
to be
like it. Just other than death threats sent to my house.
this is going to be a point of
horrible.
contention. This is going to be a thing.
Do you physically mail death threats? Is that something that happens?
In the
think
modern
people
era,
have-
you
Do
still
they
have
come
to
to
mail
your
a death
house,
threat.
or do you just text them or email them?
No, Twitter is that's not. If it's on Twitter, it's not real. It has to be mailed. Then it's really a death
Then
threat.
it's like,
Okay.
holy shit.
Twitter is just like it's all jokes, right?
Damn.
Right.
I'm totally
Right.
kidding.
But you can lose your entire career in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 over it. So
Oh, man.
That got really political really fast.
it's all right. He's doing Suicide Squad 2. He's good.
Gross.
That's not good.
No, yeah.
Some
it's
would
actually
say he
terrible.
opted
That's a
up.
huge downgrade in career for him.
It's pretty bad.
All right, so Pokemon Let's Go.
So it is a quote unquote remake of Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
And then there's in this version there's green, which is dope as fuck. I like that they have green from the manga in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you guys want to talk about for just like?
I straight up I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking this game a lot. I expected to, and it's meeting my expectations.
I expected so like I guess as like a huge Pokemon snob, I knew going into this that this was going to be for like casual fans and little kids. And it very much is that. Like going into it from being like a hardcore Pokemon fan, this is very much like baby's first Pokemon.
I was just gonna say baby's first Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like quite like I think it was quite literally intended because like people who are around our age are starting to have kids. Are also the people around our age are the ones who played Red and Yellow. So they kind of want to raise their kids with the same games they're playing. So or they're just kids that are playing it. So yeah, quite literally like baby's first Pokemon kind of thing. But also I think there's enough like interesting stuff for like older folks as well, like us. Yeah, that aside, so I don't know if you guys just want to talk about like the Pokemon Go catching mechanics first or what.
Let's share all of our impressions and we'll go to the mechanics.
Go for
Well,
it.
share your impression, Holden. I think you're the only one left.
Oh, I thought you okay, fine. I thought you hadn't shared your impressions yet. But so I like it a lot too. It's a really good game so far. It doesn't feel that much different to me than other Pokemon games. They think it's a spin-off. It doesn't really feel like a spin-off to me.
No.
It just has one major difference, which is the Pokemon Go mechanic, and we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a second. But it's so much easier than other Pokemon games, which are already really easy. But it's not a bad thing. It just makes it a really calm experience.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
Yeah, like for a perfect example of this is between the first and second badges, you have to go through a cave. And usually caves are one of the more stressful points of a Pokemon game.
Hell.
Mount-
Yeah, exactly. Like nonstop Zubats, just random encounters. Are you going to make it to the end of the cave before your Pokemon faint because you didn't have enough potions? Like,
Fucking supersonic, confusing the shit out of you.
yeah, exactly. But this was like, oh no, there's a Zubat there. I want to go catch him. I want to walk over there and catch that Zubat. Like, you want to do these things. You're leisurely going through the cave when that was always the most stressful point. So it's like a walk in the park. Like literally, it's like a walk in the park the whole game.
Well, and like what's interesting about that is like, man, I have so many things to say. The overworld Pokemon thing, I fucking love.
Dude, I am all about it.
Yes.
All about it.
And it, I mean, like it. I feel like Mount Moon, the cave, was still somewhat Zubat hell, but at least you could like try to dodge them. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
you're like, fuck that. I want
It's
that
actually
Onyx.
really easy to dodge them too.
Yeah, it's
Very
not
rarely
too
did I
hard.
accidentally run into a Pokemon.
Right. I now that I'm doing the chain combo thing.
Yes.
And trying to like avoid the Rattatas that are just running in my way.
Well, if you run away from them though, it doesn't. If you like see you do accidentally run into one, run away and it won't in affect your combo.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've tested it. You also battles don't interfere with your combo either.
Oh, right, because it has to be a successful
But if
Yeah,
a
it's a successful
Pokemon
catch
runs away,
for it to be a
it
combo
does
anyway.
mess with your shit.
Oh yeah,
If the Pokemon runs away, it does. But
Yeah.
if you run away, it doesn't.
right, you're right. If a Pokemon runs away in the middle, you're fucked.
Son of a bitch.
Well, that's good to know. So all these Rattatas are like running into my shit and fucking. I thought they were fucking my shit up. I guess not.
Yeah, the whole
Duly
combo
noted.
thing, I missed out. Like, I knew there was something with the combos, and I got to 9 Geodudes caught in a row, and I'm like, nah, nothing's happening, and I stopped. And then before this, when you started recording, Daniel tells me it's 10. After 10, something happens. I was 1 away.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to
Very-
be 10. I think I got up to 8, and a Chansey appeared in Mount Moon.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, is that all it is? Because then I did get benefits there. Then okay.
well, it's yeah. So
I
as
thought it
you
was just
catch,
shiny Pokemon.
so the whole thing
I think the
revolves around us
shiny
catching
numbers
Pokemon.
increase. As
Yeah,
you get
it's
more and more.
catching Pokemon
Yeah,
by
yeah.
throwing shit at them instead of actually just fighting them.
Right.
And if you catch more than one at a time in a row of the same type, then you
same
get a
Pokemon,
bonus. And
Yeah, like,
that
I
bonus
had
gives
to-
you extra experience right off the bat. And then it also, the more of that Pokemon you catch, the more likely you are to get a strong version of that Pokemon next time. The more likely you are to run into rare Pokemon, and the more likely you are to have shiny Pokemon appear. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in that same area. So if you fight, if you get 15 Geodudes, then you can fly somewhere that has something really cool, and you can get rare spawns and shiny spawns showing up there because you still technically have that bonus catch.
That actually makes the caves having too many Zubats a good thing.
Right.
No, don't do Zubats because they're fucking retarded to catch. Do
they are
only
kinda hard.
Geodudes.
The only thing is, I wish that because in that case, they're really incentivizing you to catch a lot of one Pokemon in a row.
Yeah.
That kind of makes the
Right.
bags a little hard to navigate because then you just have
Extremely
50
hard to
Geodes
like very
in a
hard
row.
to navigate.
Yeah. So this is where we were talking about avoiding things on the overworld map, like avoiding the Zubats. I got up to I think it was 15 or 16 Geodudes, and I was in the rock cave, and an Onyx spawned, and Onyx takes up like
Yes.
half the screen.
Yes.
And I ran into it, and I just, fuck, son of a bitch! And then the Onyx ran away, and I was like, what a fucking waste! I didn't even catch the Onyx.
Ah.
But
Did
I did
anyone get an
I got a
Abra
chancey.
yet?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
have
I've got
an
an
Abra.
Alakazam already. It's my
That was
strongest
really
Pokemon.
cool. Where
Wait.
you walk up to it and he just teleports away from you.
Yes.
And then eventually you'll end up being able to catch him. But then it's easy. He doesn't ever teleport away when you're trying to catch him, which is nice.
If you
Or at
sneak
least it
up
didn't for me.
behind, yeah, exactly. That's the thing is like since it's not battle anymore, it's not going to teleport away like it would in the old games, which was a pain in the dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was horrible.
But in this one, if you sneak up behind it, it also doesn't teleport away.
Oh, that's good to know. Cool.
I actually haven't experienced it teleporting. I've only run into one ever, and I guess I snuck up behind it.
Wait, how
and
did you
caught
get an Alakazam without trading? Or
Oh, I
did you
traded.
trade? Oh, okay.
everyone at work is playing this game.
Oh, well, not my work.
Oh, I'm
Well,
not surprised
you gotta
about
work
that
at a cool
all,
place, so-
that everyone's playing it there.
I know. Yeah. So, do you guys enjoy the catching mechanic over the battling mechanic for the Pokemon?
I think
Yes.
Overall, yes. I think it makes it like we're saying, like talking about like the grind in the cave.
Yeah.
I think it makes it such that it's not like a huge pain in the dick to get through a cave or something. Like you're not worried about like something supersonicing the shit out of your Pokemon or like
Right.
poisoning your shit, and then you're like fuck trying to get through a fucking cave. Which it has its positives and negatives. Like a lot of like hardcore people in the Pokemon scene are like super upset that it's not hard enough kind of thing.
It's super easy. Yeah, it doesn't take much at all to catch a Pokemon.
Right.
I found that I found it super. Ooh, who is that? Is that Sadie?
Yes.
Ooh, hey Sadie. I found that it's really easy, and I love the process because it streamlines it. But I do think that I can't remember whether the beginning of the game, because I've streamlined so much of it, has this many trainers. But I do feel like there are enough trainers along the routes and in everything that the challenge is still there, especially once you hit Lavender Town. Mm-hmm. Like heading east from or west from Lavender Town towards Celadon City.
Right.
That's when I felt like the first time where I was like, oh wow, I actually had a Pokemon die for the first time. These trainers are actually starting to be kind of difficult. So I think after you hit Lavender Town, the difficulty spikes
How many
a little
badges
bit.
is that?
He's about to get the fourth.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right before you get the fourth.
It is shockingly easy in the beginning. I
Yeah.
have been using Pikachu the entire time. I've only
God.
switched away from other Pokemon once, and it's because something happened and I couldn't ever attack the Pokemon with my Pikachu because they kept avoiding the attack. So I had to switch Pokemon. The only reason I had to change.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've not had to change Pokemon at all.
So your
Your starter
Pikachu's
Pokemon
like
are
fucking
so
Pika
overpowered.
buff as fuck. Like your
Yeah.
Pikachu's
Exactly,
like level
yeah.
1,000 at this point.
Did you
It's
guys
like 25, yeah.
Did you guys get to the point where pretty early in the game you can get, after you've caught like 30 Pokemon, you can get a thing
Charmander?
that lets you judge the Pokemon, so you can see their IVs and their stats.
Oh,
and
I haven't
fuck.
seen
similar
that.
to Pokemon
No.
Go, where it's like, this is amazing, this is good, this is okay.
Oh, no, the only thing I've gotten is I got 50 Pokemon so I can get Charmander, but I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, so that you talk to somebody in one of the like places where you can look out with the binoculars, and he gives it to you. But your Pikachu, if you look at his stats, every single stat is just completely maxed out. It's just
Is it
best,
really?
best for every single one.
Oh, so they just make him the best possible. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not surprising, actually, because it's baby's first Pokemon.
Right.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, so like I mean like what else? The catching mechanic is super cool. The motion, like the having to flick the like if you're playing docked is a pain in the dick.
It is it I'm
So you guys haven't
conflicted
played on the TV?
because I've been doing both.
No, I
I've
have,
actually
I
played a
have.
lot more on the TV.
Yeah, same.
But
I'm not on TV at all.
It's
I've
so
only done
comfortable
handheld.
just to like lay on the couch with your hand in your pants and your Joy-Con on the other,
That's right.
and just like chuck the Pokeball.
Hand on your
screen.
Pokeballs.
But it is so inconsistent.
It's
Because-
real shit.
I will do the same exact motion 3 times, and 1 out of every 3, it'll just like fly off to the left
This
for
might
no reason.
This is probably a good time to talk about the Pokeball Plus because I have it. It's actually
Yeah.
way better than the Joy-Cons. And also
it?
like this game, like being like even being a hardcore nerd and like thinking it's like this is like overly hand-holdy, even compared to like Sun and Moon and shit that was pretty hand-holdy.
Yeah.
Even being a hardcore nerd, there's a lot of like nostalgia in here that is like truly magical. Like a lot of small shit, like attention to detail that's a dope as fuck. Like when you look at the Pokedex, the avatars in the Pokedex are all from the Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah.
And like the DS game, like they're that aesthetic. which is amazing. But what I was going to say about the Pokeball Plus, which is part of that like little touch of magic, is when you go to catch the Pokemon. First off, the sensors are a little better. The whole like having to throw a thing in general is not great because it's not super accurate, but it's a lot more accurate with the Pokeball Plus at least. And then on top of it, when the Pokemon starts wiggling in the ball, you feel it vibrate in your hand and light up. And then once you capture it, it flashes green, and then the Pokemon will cry from like in the Pokeball in your fucking hand. And it's just
That's
such a
awesome.
It's such a beautiful touch. The first time I did it, I was like genuinely freaking out. I was sitting there like, "Oh my god!" like yelling.
Oh, I want that, but I don't want to pay $50.
It's expensive.
Oh, I want it.
That sounds really cool. I wanted to go back to what you said though at the beginning of that, which is you think the game is less handholdy than Sun and Moon. I found that to be the opposite.
No,
case.
more.
Oh, okay. It's more handholdy. That's what I'm saying. I found it to be the opposite.
This
found it to be less
is
handholdy.
less handholdy?
I found it to be, at least in the beginning of the game, it was like 15 minutes then I was doing the game.
Yeah.
Of like tutorial stuff.
I would agree
Pokemon.
that in terms of like them dragging you around and showing you stuff, but also like in the fact that you level up like mad quick in this. Like if you are doing all the catching opportunities and all the training opportunities, you level up faster than you would in like some of the older games that are.
It's definitely easier to level up in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But that's also part of like we're saying, babies versus Pokemon, where want them to have a good time. Go ahead.
The opposite end of that, though, the beginning of the game is the fastest a Pokemon game has ever been, I think. Seriously, like it feels more streamlined. You don't have this whole like go up to the town, talk to someone, and find out how Pokemon marts work. Then go back down and get a Pokemon from Professor Oak. Oh no, but he's in this area instead, so you got to go over there. Like it's just like you go to Professor Oak, you get a Pokemon, it's Pikachu, and then you go off.
I love that you do get to the Pokemart and he's like, "Hey, I have a package for Professor Oak. Do you want me to just fucking take you right there?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's warp.
I did not warp because I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not lazy."
I want to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think that kind of describes the entire game so far, as it's just streamlined. There's no like grindy bullshit. You even see it from the systems where like you don't have to worry about going to the Pokemon PC to switch out your party. It's just in your bag. The battle systems, like if you get poisoned, you don't have to worry about just fucking like as you walk around, you're not losing health. They're just like, hey, next time you battle, you're gonna be poisoned. All right.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, one thing about the Pokeball Plus, negative. It's tiny as fuck. Like it's really small. So obviously meant for like a fucking little kid's hands. And as I use it, it's genuinely cumbersome because it's so small. 1, 2. The A button is like when you press down when you click the control stick or whatever.
Yeah,
that's the A button. And that being the A button is a huge pain in the ass because sometimes I'll like slide around without meaning to and then confirm something else I didn't mean to confirm.
That's really bad design.
So it's like pushing the joystick is the
A button.
Ooh.
Which is not great. And then the B button's like a button on the red part. And then like the Y button, or like if ever you need to like access an additional option, you shake it, which is took me forever to figure out. I was like, how the fuck do I access this part of the menu? Just yelling.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, no, it's not a button. You shake it. But hit the Y button.
Yeah. It's normally the Y button option is how you get this for shaking. And I'm like,
so
if
you want to access the menu, you have to shake it.
So like to get to the menu where it says like, play with Pikachu or whatever, it's the B button, which is weird. And then like to access what's in the Y menu in that menu, you have to shake. But it says Y. It doesn't say shake, even though it knows that the Pokeball Plus is connected.
Well, because it'll ask you at the beginning, what are you using to play this game?
Right.
Isn't Pokeball Plus one of the options? I think it is.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
That's really bad design.
Yep.
Interesting. But the rest of the design of the game, though, is really, really good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I cannot emphasize enough how much the like hearing the Pokemon in the Pokeball thing is like a magical moment every time. Like every time, I'm like, oh my god.
And I love that they're all the old like Game Boy cries of the Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm.
God, I want that. Okay, Christmas list.
Just get a used one.
Are you playing with Mew?
No, I put Mew in the box. I'm not trying to it's already easy enough. I'm not trying to make it easier.
Wait, how do you get Mew?
With the
He
Pokeball
comes in the
Plus.
Pokeball.
Oh, is that the only way you can get Mew?
You can transfer it from Pokemon Go as well.
No, you can't transfer mythical or legendary Pokemon.
What? I thought you could.
Nope.
What?
So I can't catch them all because I didn't get a Pokemon Ball Plus, whatever it's called?
Apparently.
That's correct.
Damn.
Ooh, that sucks.
There's even stuff in the end game that you won't be able to technically complete without that Pokeball Plus.
What? Wait, like what?
There are like titles, and after you beat the game, there are master trainers that you have to go and fight every single Pokemon.
You can't do the master trainer without the Pokeball Plus?
You have to have all 151 Pokemon to beat all 151 master trainers.
That is absolute bullshit.
That is fucking dumb.
Also, too, how many people actually collect all the Pokemon?
I'm going to.
I mean,
yeah, you are because you're a completionist, but most people don't. I've never caught all the Pokemon.
Really? You never did as a kid? I definitely did in Red and Blue.
Yeah, I did in Red and Blue.
Did it for any
Last time I did was like, I think Diamond and Pearl, because it gets like hard after 400, 500 something Pokemon.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
That's right. I get real hard after 400 Pokemon.
Dude, 400 Pokemon and I am at attention.
That's right. Viagra. Psh.
No, just pop a couple Voltorbs and I'm good to go.
But yeah, overall, like I'm super impressed. Like despite like everyone, especially like hardcore fans like myself, like shitting on the like how dumbed down it is. Like there's no abilities, there's no held items, etc., etc. I genuinely love this game.
Yeah, I think I do too. I told someone the other day, I think this is the way that I want to. I don't necessarily want this to replace Gen 8.
No, absolutely
but I want this to be the way that I re-experience all the rest of the Pokemon games. Like I want them to go back and do this for every single generation, because every time I go back and play Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Red, I'm like, I get like halfway through it and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the grind of this. This is great, blah, 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 but I'm not going to get through it all. Whereas this is just like streamlining that entire experience for me, and like it's fast tracking me through it, and so I can experience and appreciate all the nostalgia that I had for it without making a huge dragging on commitment.
And I don't know if you guys want to get into, I know Holden mentioned talking about like rumors and what's next year and what's now. I don't know if you want to keep talking about this before we do that, but I have things that I could throw out there.
Let's finish up Let's Go first.
Okay, so what else do I like? Have you gotten the like special moves for Pikachu?
Yes, this is actually one thing. Holden, you're playing in handheld mode a lot. I've played a little bit in handheld mode. So Pikachu's like his like best friend move, his Pika Papow. You shake. All the moves are so stupid.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say? The Pika Papow?
Yes.
Pika Papow. You have access to this from the beginning.
That sounds like a dish.
I was about to say, like,
if you're playing docked, you shake.
Is that potpourri or is that Pika Papow?
It sounds like a Moroccan dish.
So you shake the Joy-Con in order to do this move in battle.
So what do you do?
Or if you're not Pikachu, then you shake the Joy-Con and Pikachu will boost all your stats for whatever Pokemon
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I can't find a way to do that in handheld mode.
Oh, weird.
So I think that's like an exclusive thing for docked mode.
Yeah, hold on. Had you seen? Eevee and Pikachu in these games, the starter Pokemon get like crazy, overpowered, like special moves that only they can get. No other Pikachu or Eevee can get. And it's like some ridiculously powerful moves from what I've seen. This one, what is it? You said it powers up like your attack and defense and shit.
To be clear.
So there's the moves that they can use, like the exclusive moves, like Zippy Zap.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, so this
okay,
is
I have Zippy Zap.
Yeah,
okay.
From all like the circus people in the Pokemon Pokemon centers.
So then what's this?
But then this is the thing where, as your bond becomes stronger with Pikachu, this gets stronger. Oh. And I think it's either once per battle or once every few minutes or something like that. If you're battling as Pikachu and you shake it, he does what they call his surefire move, and it's Pika Papow.
Is that why I see like a tiny little Pikachu thing on the bottom and holding the Joy-Con?
Yes.
So that means I need to shake it.
Yeah. If you're not using Pikachu, if I was using Alakazam and I was fighting a bunch of ghosts, I could shake the Joy-Con and Pikachu would come in and just boost all of Alakazam's stats.
What?
So that every single one of his stats got boosted, so that he was basically incredibly strong.
Yeah.
But I can't figure out how to do that in
no other
handheld
RPG
mode.
would they have that. Here's just a button to boost everyone's stats.
Yeah,
easier.
Yeah, talk about baby's first Pokemon.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
kind of along those lines, though, that's something I also just discovered right before we started recording. Like, that move, obviously, as you kind of pet Pikachu and feed it berries and shit like that, give it high fives, it'll increase.
Give it high fives, yeah.
But also, whatever Pokemon you have following you, like I've had my Alakazam following me for a while, they start to do shit too. Like, I was just fighting something that paralyzed me in that fighting dojo, and
like
all of a sudden, Alakazam goes, Alakazam concentrated and shook off the paralysis because of your love, and like a little heart comes out and he's no longer paralyzed. Or Pikachu will dodge a move because you shouted for it to move out of the way, and a little heart appears. So like the stronger your bond is with these things, the
do you have
more
to
benefits.
go into the menu and like pet Pikachu and stuff to improve those stats too?
I do every once in a while, yeah. Or if sometimes you'll see it just like on the overworld, you'll see the little shaking icon on the bottom left says, "Hey, pet me," and
because they really want you to do it. Like when you go into the menu and it's like choose Pokedex, your Pokemon, your party, or whatever. The Pikachu symbol is bigger than everything else.
fucking
They
huge.
clearly want you to do that a lot.
And I haven't
done it once.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If Daniel doesn't do it, that's a sign that no one cares.
yeah. Well, guess who's fucking using Pika Papow all over your faces, bitches?
Shake that Joy-Con, Chad.
Take that thing. What's your favorite follow Pokemon so far?
I've literally only had Pikachu on me, and then just recently I put a Charmeleon around me to start walking around.
Have you seen Magikarp's animation?
No,
Yes.
so I just got to a town, and there's I guess like a little girl or something like that was fishing on the side of the town, and there's a Magikarp just like flopping next to her.
Yes, it flops behind you, chasing you. So, like in the beginning, I think in Pewter City, you can buy a Magikarp for someone. It's supposed to be like a scam, but it's like for 500 Poke Dollars or whatever, Poke Yen.
And it has
nothing.
really good IVs too. That's my second best Pokemon right now is my Gyarados.
Yeah,
I have
and then it flops
$20,000.
behind you.
That's nothing.
It's so funny the way like just like flopping behind you in Mount Moon or whatever. Like, it's an amazing animation. It's so good. Have you guys tried riding on like an Onix?
I haven't done an Onyx, but I did a Persian.
Oh shit!
I just got the Persian.
Yeah. I love that that's like, you don't get a bike in this game. Like, that is the replacement
Oh
for the
really?
bike.
I was wondering
Yeah.
what the fuck happened at the bike shop. I thought it fucked up.
Yeah, you don't
there's
get
a
a
bike
bike.
shop in one of the early towns, and you
Yes,
go in
really.
there, and they're like, "Oh, we don't know where he went," or something like that.
If you look at all the bikes and ask him and let him tell you about them, then you get something special. I don't remember what it was, but I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get a bike, you don't get a fishing rod at all because obviously you're running into Pokemon in real time.
Oh word! I didn't even
So
think
there-
about that.
That'd
Yeah.
be really funny if you had to wait for the Pokemon to swim up to your fishing line.
Yeah.
That would get really annoying really fast.
That's wait. So how does the? I guess it's just like the surfing mechanic then instead.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
walk into
I haven't
them,
gotten the ability to surf with Pikachu yet, so I haven't run into anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
But like, if you have a Pokemon, like I was trying to ride Gyarados, but he doesn't come out if you're not in water. You can only ride him in water.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
this is reminding me of a point that one thing that's kind of bugging me about the game is like the wild. I mean, kind of talked about this earlier, but like the wild with the Pokemon running around everywhere, it feels there's more life to the world than there's ever really been in a Pokemon.
Right.
But at the same time, it's still the block layout of all Pokemon games have been before, and the towns don't really have Pokemon wandering around. They're just kind of like a Pokemon standing by somebody.
Yeah.
And because people are just stationary everywhere, just like the old Pokemon games were, it feels like the towns are so lifeless, but the wild doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
it's
know what
kinda
else?
like if you-
You know what else contributes to that is like in Vermilion, there's this like Machop and a dude who is like sitting there at a construction site, and like every time we revisit Kanto, it's like, oh, they're gonna put a building there. They're gonna put a building, and like they still haven't put a fucking building there. Like, it's this exact same shit from the first game. Like, what the fuck? This guy is trying to build a house for 20 years. He sucks at building houses.
You need to hire some more Machops.
Yeah.
You're not doing the job.
What the fuck, man? Like, build the house. It's been 20 years, fam. You're out here, like, just living in the rain. Anyway.
Well, the
But it
Machops are on
hasn't-
worker strike right
It
now.
hasn't been 20 years, as you can tell, because Blue is still there.
That's right. And
He's
Blue,
going through it with you.
there is a true character difference between the two. Gary is actually like a huge dick. And Blue, while still arrogant, is actually really nice to you.
Yep.
There
And then
you
your
go.
rival is
Rival?
like,
Can you even call him a rival?
no.
Your buddy.
He's a little wuss. He's super nice. He gives you shit all the time.
He
What'd you
found
guys name
something.
your- I
Remember
named
that
mine
romantic
Butthole.
moment? Did you remember that? Where he
Yes.
like looks at your hair and
Yes.
he's like, "Oh, you have a." Oh, I thought they were about to make out. Like,
I had the same thought.
What, do you,
was like-
pull
They
a
like
nugget
walk
or
up
something
to
out
each
of it?
other, they're really close, and then it cuts to black, and I'm like, whoa.
I was like, "Are they? What the fuck? Like, what's going?" Like, and then you wake up in the bed, and it's like, "Whoa!"
And then just takes you to deviantart.com.
Oh, there's gonna be something. Yeah, that was weird. That was really.
Yeah.
I was like, they made that like really romantic. Also, like revives are huge from what I thought. I don't know how that would just be in someone's hair. Anyway,
That's what it was, a revive.
yeah, that was really weird. It was like you're making these like 10-year-olds have a romantic moment like that. It's really weird.
Have you dressed up?
Never in my life been like, hey, by the way, you have something in your ear, and like to anybody. I've never done that. It's always like that's like lame dad joke, not
Okay,
like
obviously,
one 10-year-old to another 10-year-old.
You're not cool enough to do close-up magic, obviously.
I'm not cool enough to
So-
close up magic. You're right.
Or maybe
Have you
like
guys-
he's too cool for close-up magic.
Nah. Have
No,
you guys
that's not a
dressed
thing.
your
Close up
Pikachu yet?
magic is very cool.
Have you dressed your Pikachu yet?
No.
No?
I don't care to. No.
Oh my god, mine looks so fucking badass. He's in a Team Rocket outfit with red sunglasses on. And he
I don't know if I'm sorry. I gotta call you out there. I don't know if you can use the term "dress up Pokemon" and "badass" in the same sentence.
Ooh.
I have a fucking Team Rocket Pikachu.
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
then
the
when
Team
he does
Rocket
his
Pikachu
Papal
sounds
move,
dope. I kind of want that.
That is funny. That's funny. That is good.
Oh,
He's badass.
that sounds pretty cool.
You can't use that. You can't say badass. You just can't do it.
I'm gonna.
Dude,
He's
this
badass.
Pokemon game is like off the chain. It's so badass.
Yo, I will say
no
that.
one.
I will challenge that. I'll say that all day. Not about this game though. it's two babies' first Pokemon for me to call it badass.
Yeah, that's true. This is like the opposite of like
gonna
the
send you
streets,
guys a
basically.
screenshot
In
of it
Pokemon,
right
this
now.
is the opposite.
I'm sitting here trying to continue my Psyduck chain. Anyway,
I just texted you my Pikachu.
oh man, let me see.
He's so freaking cool.
Let me get my phone.
You didn't text me or Pikachu.
I did. I fucking did it to both of you.
Oh,
Cheese
that's
and rice.
amazing. This is actually dope.
See, I have an Android phone, so I haven't gotten it yet.
It
You
just came
stupid
through
bitch.
online. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it
Wait,
has
you have
that
a male
on
Pikachu?
in. Yeah.
I have a female one.
Apparently Pikachu's 50-50 depending on when you start, whether it's male or female. But apparently it's a lot harder to get a female Eevee.
I got a female Pikachu.
Gotcha. Yeah, apparently female Eevee, instead of like having the heart in its tail, like Pikachu does, has a heart like shape on its butt,
Yeah.
which is like kind of weird, but I guess it's cute.
Wait, really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That is hysterical. Team Rocket Pikachu.
Yeah, it's
How
fantastic.
could you make Pikachu do that? That's evil.
It's so fun.
So like the people who dress up their chihuahuas and shit.
Oh god, I hate chihuahuas, but I'd dress it up.
What would Ryan Reynolds Detective Pikachu have to say about that? Huh?
This
God,
is
that's so like a
Pokemon
completely
abuse.
different universe. Like seeing this versus that.
Yeah.
Also, this Pikachu compared to that Detective Pikachu is so tiny. Like he's holding him on his arm, and then
know.
Detective Pikachu's like 3 foot
Huge.
tall and would break your arm if you try to do that.
yeah.
Okay, on that note, Eevee's on your head, right?
Yes.
I thought Eevee was always bigger than Pikachu. Like you said earlier, dog versus a rat, basically.
Now, from
Or
what
a
I remember,
mouse.
it's been smaller, but my memory could be shit.
Yeah. It's a big mouse and a very small dog. Also, what dog can even rest on your head? Like a mouse can do that. It's got the little claws that can do that.
Chihuahua.
A dog can't like rest on your head. A chihuahua can't do that though because it doesn't have like the rats have like a little bit of a
Hold on,
grip that
we're-
dogs don't have.
We're suspending creatures in little balls.
No, the world of Pokemon must be realistic.
Yeah, so I don't know. Overall, like I don't know what else you guys want to talk about, but overall, I love this game. I probably have to play a little more to have like a more concrete opinion of like things in particular. In the context of next year's game, part of me wouldn't be too upset about keeping the Pokemon Go mechanic, but at the same time, that feels less like quote unquote of like the real Pokemon game.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking because you need to have like the wild encounters for it to feel
Quote
not
unquote
random
real.
necessarily, but you know, like I'm fine with they have like people. I want Pokemon walking around still.
Yeah,
but yeah, like,
overall Pokemon's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want
But
that.
you're right though with Pokemon Go mechanic. It wouldn't make sense if it's the default, but it'd be kind of cool if you did when you initiate throwing a Pokeball, if you were able to kind of like use the switch and move it around and stuff. If they kept that, I'd be fine with it.
Sure.
But I'd also be fine if they kept it the old way as well.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Actually,
sure
like,
how much
hybrid would be interesting.
I'm not sure how much with the new generation, like discovering, oh my god, that's a cool species. Oh my god, that's cool. Like, what do I want the battle so I can kind of figure out how it fights, what moves it has,
it's
and that
typing
kind of stuff.
and shit.
That's a really
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a
Because
really good
I
point.
know all these 151, but then if I'm discovering new things left and right, maybe I do
Right.
want to battle those aside from just catching them.
Also,
Yeah.
just like thinking of new Pokemon I haven't seen in the overworld, walking around, just made me jizz my pants. Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hadn't thought about that either. Yeah.
oh my god,
Like, I thought about it for the next game, but not in the context like new Pokemon. That's gonna be really exciting.
like what is
Yeah.
that?
Almost to the point where,
Oh!
well, almost to the point too. Like, they shouldn't really show off these Pokemon beforehand in marketing. They should really just leave it to be like, hey, here are the starters, and then just explore.
Yeah, well,
That'd be so exciting.
and unfortunately, this is the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, where they're going to tell
Oh, they
you
won't do that. No, they won't
every
do that.
last detail.
Yeah. You remember all the trailers we got for this one? Where
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they showed off Pika Papow and Zippy Zap.
Or even with like the Smash Ultimate, like they've pretty. I think all the fighters are known now, or maybe like one or two aren't.
All the
Well,
fights have
no,
been announced.
everything
All
that's
the
coming out,
language
yeah.
settings have been announced.
What's interesting that I hadn't realized is that in every Smash game that they've released so far, this is a little off topic, but every Smash game they released so far, there has been a character or two that's in the game that they just haven't talked about beforehand. Like Rob Robot was one of them. That's just like in the game, but they didn't ever like show him off or show any of his
Ooh,
moves
that's
or
kind
anything
of
like
cool.
that. So I'm wondering if there's going to be something like that one for this.
Waluigi.
Yes,
That's what everyone's saying.
I mean, I would like Waluigi.
Well, even Reggie Fils-Aimé in an interview said like, "Don't mention Waluigi." They're so aware of
Oh my
it.
god, bastard!
They're so aware of it. Anyway, so Pokemon.
But that's Smash. This is a Pokemon side quest.
So Daniel was mentioning to me that he had gone through some rumors for the next Pokemon game. So I'm curious actually what some of those rumors are. 'Cause
Tell
I'm,
me about
I'm
them
excited about this
rumors.
game now.
I mean, I could like do a whole podcast on rumors.
Go.
Let's go. Double the time on this. No. So one of the more credible ones. I still take it with a grain of salt because it's so early on, and like even like y'all know that like when a developing studio like goes in one direction and it leaks, they can change directions, and
Yeah.
it had been accurate, but it's no longer. Anyway, one of them is that they're going for a more quote unquote like serious game where you start in a region based on like Scandinavia, and then you can fly to other regions as well. One of them being Kanto, the other being Unova from Black and White.
Oh God, I just got goosebumps.
And also that it's 100 years in the future post like climate change, and there's like flooding going on in Kanto. So like parts of Kanto are flooded from like this like climate catastrophe, and then like legendaries would be like based on Norse mythology.
That's
That'd be a
too
very
much.
interesting change.
That's too. They can't do for a company that literally took out the slot machines from this game.
I know.
There's no way they're going to tackle global warming.
No way.
No. But they
It was
actually
so-
they could though, because basically Pokemon Sapphire or Ruby already did that, and the threat was, we're gonna make sure that the whole land is covered with water. Like they were threatening that. So that's already been something they've done in Pokemon games before. They just might not have it be in the context of climate change and global warming.
Yeah.
They'll probably never use those words, but it'll be like, oh no, it's all in the future, and there's water everywhere, and there'll be some like Pokemon that caused it or something like that.
Like a catastrophe of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, some sort of Pokemon related catastrophe that makes it fit in the world.
Right,
They won't
right.
be. It won't be like a political statement.
There was that. What else did I hear? So, but also like which more in like general rumors or general, like rumors and I wouldn't call them leaks, just rumors for now. Is that this series would be? So I forget when it was because I was too young. But when the Mario series became like the Mario Bros games, that they would update semi-regularly, and then like ever since Super Mario 64, they had like the quote unquote like the full games or whatever, the like. The bigger, more expansive ones like Super Mario 64, Sunshine, etc. That this is a similar divergence in the Pokemon series where like these are like more casual and accessible, and then like the the equivalent of like Super Mario Sunshine or whatever would be next year's release, which would be an interesting model, I think.
It's actually kind of what my theory was for the next game. Is something similar to that, where they've released this really safe Pokemon game that's a quote-unquote spin-off, but it's really, really similar to how Pokemon games have been before in the past.
Right.
That way they can really diverge, and I'm sure we're going to talk about like the potential changes in the battle system and all those kind of rumors as well. They can change things up and really be a little bit bolder with how they take
Right.
Pokemon going forward, because they know, oh no, if people really don't like it, they can still get Pokemon Let's Go and have that more traditional Pokemon experience. So I think that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee open up the door for like a Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey version of Pokemon, where they kind of start to change it up a little bit and think about what makes Pokemon and enhance the franchise.
Right, totally. Yeah, and the battle thing was also another rumor that was floating around, that they're changing the way that the battle system works. One of the leaks was like, it's going to be like, they said something like it was a mix of like Fire Emblem and like something else. I forget what. And I was like, what?
Oh.
No strategy elements, please.
No. One that made me think of, you're going to like this, Chad. Think of the difference between Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole in South Park. I'm serious.
Oh, God. Just make it South Park with Pokemon. Make it Chimpokemon. Let's make it Chimpokemon game.
Pokemon.
No, but you know what I mean? Like how
Pokemon!
Stick of Truth was turn-based.
I've
I haven't
got you.
played these games, but I've heard about them. Stick of Truth is turn-based, back and forth, just like Pokemon is. But then Fractured Butthole was kind of the same idea, but you had a position that you could put your Pokemon
It's
or your
Fractured
character in.
Butthole. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The Fractured Butthole, sorry.
My rival's name is Butthole.
But my point is that you can position, like in this case with Pokemon, you can position your Pokemon for a different advantage, or like kind of like how when flying, when you fly, your Pokemon goes up in the air, or when you dig, it goes down below.
Yep.
And that can help you avoid attacks. Like maybe switching your position could help you defensively or something like that.
I don't want that.
That'd be I'm welcome to that. That sounds great.
I mean, like,
Depending on how implemented.
exactly. It sounds interesting. It like any system like that can be well implemented, but the well implemented is the key, like operative phrase there.
Yeah. But think about the boost and again, I'm just going off what people have said about the South Park games, but the difference in strategy from the first game to the second game, everyone talked about how much better the gameplay was in the second game because they kind of got that positioning stuff right. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. You played both games. I didn't.
You didn't play either one of those games?
No, none of them. No, I'm not a big South Park fan. I don't dislike it. It's just not something I really paid attention.
I only
you
played
watch-
Stick of Truth.
Oh my God. Stick of Truth was one of the funniest video games of all time ever.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
yeah, fantastic. It was definitely a lot more in-depth and complex. Stick of Truth was definitely like very simple, easy to get the hang of, and very surface level.
Yeah.
And then adding those, like that game board element to it with the grid system. It was still kind of easy, but
Why am I
adding more
wasting
depth
so
to it.
many great balls in Psyducks? I need to stop. I've chained like 15.
But my point is that like if they already have the safe bet with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee with that traditional combat, they can take that risk and try as you put the game board style of combat in the next Pokemon game to test it out. If it doesn't work, they can just go right back to how it was before. And there's a switch option to have a traditional Pokemon game if you need it. So I think that actually sounds very plausible.
Yeah, I do like, again, like I don't know, something a little more like dark, even if it's not like explicitly, like political or whatever, like something.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what I want in a Pokemon game, is something that's a little more like serious. Like,
I'd love a Pokemon game that's super political and it involves a president separating Pokemon children from their Pokemon mothers and fathers.
it's called Pokemon
and they
Border
just go
Edition.
like hardcore
I mean,
with the
Cubone already
with the political
wears the
stuff.
skull of its dead mother on its head.
Ooh, that is true. Yeah, like these creatures are secretly like super dark, but everyone is like, oh, they're so cute. It's like, no, I'm wearing my dead mom's skull on my face.
But like,
They are
look at the
monsters.
Pokemon movie trailer. Those Pokemon look dark compared to what they look like in the games.
I know, they're genuinely like nightmare
Can
fodder.
you imagine if we got a realistic looking Pokemon like that?
Oh, my
That'd be
God.
awesome. It
Like
won't happen.
photorealistic
but that'd be
Pokemon game?
awesome.
No, it definitely won't happen on Switch.
No.
Yeah, Pokemon T for teen.
That's like N for
Pokemon
nightmare,
style.
bro. That's like, jeez.
Yeah, Pokemon adults AO only or AO adults only.
Jeez. Yeah, that would give me nightmares. Like Mr. Mime alone in that trailer, I was like, holy shit. Oh,
But
God.
it's like when Charizard, burns the Pokemon alive. It burns that Pokemon alive.
Yeah, that thing is fucking dead.
Like, they're done. Game
No
over.
fainting.
No fainting, it's dead.
They're
Yeah.
dead. You got to bury its corpse. That's
a
after
mechanic.
every encounter, you have to have a shovel with you, and you have to bury the Pokemon.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they do like a Red Dead Redemption thing and just be super detailed with everything. You have to bury the body of the Pikachu after it dies.
You have to
That's
build
so
the cross to
dark.
go on the grave.
That was like that. There's a fan made trailer that someone made
You have
several
to-
years ago where it was like that. But like, it was like Pokemon fighting was made illegal and driven underground, and Ash was like a dog fighter underground. And then like it was owned by Team Rocket.
Yeah, when you're fighting Pokemon, there has to be a spotter to make sure no cops are coming.
Oh my god.
Hooty hoo!
Policia, run!
You go to underground gyms, like underground Pokemon fighting rings.
Yeah, man. When I saw that like fake trailer, that like fan made trailer, I was like, this actually like looks legit in terms of like story content.
And Team Rocket is really just the police trying to make sure these Pokemon aren't harmed. That's really what it's about.
Yeah, they're not kidnapping the Pokemon; they're rescuing them.
They're
Oh my
rescuing
God.
them, yeah. And you're just this evil 10-year-old kid who's got into this horrible world of dog fighting or Pokemon fighting.
But yeah, overall, I think this game like frees them up to do, because again, it's like bringing in people who are casual fans. It's bringing in people who are like kids and Pokemon Go fans. Getting ready, like business wise, it is the move to get people back into the franchise for the next big Switch game. Like it is a very smart move.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I am not even half as butthurt as I was earlier in the year when I saw this, and I was like, this is just a stupid little kid game. Like I love it. It's great.
To build on that too, other little conspiracy theory of mine. All the characters, or like all the Pokemon, they're so detailed. Every single one of them, it's just they're really well animated. I think they didn't do that for just one game. They did that for 2 games because it's so much time and effort. They probably needed 2 games to make up the cost of that kind of work.
I'm like 95% sure those are all the same animations and stuff from Pokemon Go.
Are you sure?
Like even the same character models.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Definitely, like almost every single fight animation that I've seen is from Pokemon Go, and I'm pretty sure it's the same models as well.
Well, that makes sense too. They're going to save money that way. That actually makes more sense than my theory.
Yeah, that much I've heard
I
explicitly.
can see, Chad, you are smarter than I am.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I don't know about that.
I've got 5 years of age on you. Imagine how many books I could have
You're not
read.
5
I
years
wouldn't have
older
read
than I
them, but
am.
I could have.
I'm 25. How old are you?
I'm
27?
almost 29.
Really? I thought you were
Yeah.
27. Okay.
No.
Oh. God, you're old, Chad.
I know. Somebody kill me.
Old man.
Oh, okay. Anything else you guys want to say about Pokemon before we wrap up this side quest?
They are amazing, and I love them.
They are amazing.
And Pokemon Forever.
I do have 5 quick Pokemon Would You Rathers that we can discuss real quick for the end of this.
Okay.
Before we start that, am I going to know anything about this Would You Rather? Because like last time I
Yes.
didn't even know what a Shelder is.
All
so.
of these Would You Rathers are Gen 1 Pokemon.
Again,
However,
the Shelder's
so
a
is
Gen 1.
Shelder.
I didn't know Shelder. So
No,
we might have a problem here.
I'm pretty sure you know all of these Pokemon.
Well, this will still be embarrassing either way. I'll find a way to make it embarrassing.
Here we go. We're going to start out great. Would you rather half of all the food you buy in real life turns out to just be a ditto pretending to be your food?
Oh God. Okay.
Or half the time you have sex with your significant other, it's actually a ditto, but you'll never know it?
the former.
The former. Imagine how much food you just bought that goes to waste because it's a fucking ditto.
I'm okay
Also,
with
say
that.
it's gelatin. It's like Jello basically, and the gelatin's bad for you. So the Ditto's like Jello, isn't
Is
he?
it though? It's like a
Until he
biological
transforms.
creature, though. Yeah, like it's like a being.
But he's like basically Jello, though.
But are they?
But
I mean,
what if he
by this
transforms-
definition, Mr. Mime is also an animal.
What if he transforms into a sandwich and you go to cut that sandwich and you fucking cut that thing in half and it starts screaming at you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, the not knowing is a key thing here, I think.
As long as it doesn't involve my penis, I think I'm happier.
That's a very valid point as
Touche.
well. Not knowing
Touche.
and penis involved. It's too outweighing. I don't know.
All
How's
right.
that way out?
Number 2, would you rather work as PR for Jinx?
We didn't answer the question.
Yeah,
Or I did.
we all agreed on the food.
All right.
you did as well?
I didn't answer, but
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Fine, I agree on the food.
Number 2, would you rather work as PR for Jinx, who's obviously blackface,
Right.
or work as a personal trainer for Snorlax, and you don't get paid unless he loses weight?
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Well, here's the thing. If he does something, Snorlax, he'll lose some weight. Because when you're really fat like that, you lose weight a little faster, and then it slows down.
That is true. That is
So
true.
the beginning, it'd be easy.
It is very easy for fat people to lose weight than it is for
That's right.
just chubby people to lose
But
weight.
if a Snorlax loses weight, is it even a Snorlax anymore?
No, what's the what's the baby version of him called?
Munchlax.
Munchlax. Yeah.
Like
Is there really a baby version of Snorlax called a Munchlax? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And Munchlax munches to become a Snorlax.
That's right.
See how that works?
It's just that constant, like he lost weight too quickly. He didn't change his lifestyle, and he just gained all the weight right back. And it's just a constant cycle. Yeah, and then there's no way. It's 2018. There's no way you're going to be able to work PR for Jinx and make it
no
work in
way.
your favor.
Yeah,
also, like,
no way.
if y'all remember Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z.
I'd be very curious,
Yeah.
though. What company is Jinx still allowed to work as a PR representative? Like, what company is that?
Oof.
None. Like, no company would ever allow that.
Probably because, they're smart.
Exactly.
That's just like a moving, like, death trap of PR. Don't do that.
It's like, for PR, we hired David Duke. We think he'd be a great PR representative for this company.
We have Richard Spencer here. Next question.
Number 3.
Uh-huh.
Now that Pokemon are rideable, would you rather ride a Rapidash with Alzheimer's, who might occasionally forget who you are and burn your balls?
Nice trivia. There you go. Keep
Thank
going.
you. Or surf on a Goldeen who gets frightened easily and might accidentally stab you in the balls?
I'm gonna go with the Goldeen because I'm more confident in my physical abilities of like dodging shit or pushing away from things than like
Yeah, they're not getting burned.
fire.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah,
can't
it's
control
because
fire.
you'll probably be able to see the scary shit coming at the same time.
Right.
Whereas Alzheimer's, you'll have no idea when that Rapidash fucking is just like, who the fuck are you? Get off of me.
But if I were like an Alakazam or something, maybe I would know.
That's right. Or you could just wear fireproof pants in a cup.
Well, considering fireproof pants in a cup was not part of the Would You Rather,
You're right,
It was
you're
added
right.
afterwards. I'm going to go with the same answer as Daniel. I think that's the only real option.
If the fireproof pants and the cup were an option.
Oh, then I'd take that one because I'd be safe.
Also,
Fireproof
like you'd have the
pants in cup.
coolest pants ever. Like
Exactly.
Right? I'd be showing that shit off at parties all the time.
cups are like mad uncomfortable though.
Guys, look at me light my pants
More
on
comfortable
fire.
than being
Somebody tried to
burned,
burn
though.
my dick. Joke's on you.
Well,
Can't
isn't
do
the
it.
point that it doesn't catch fire? Like it's flame retardant, right?
Ooh, I don't know if you're allowed to say that word.
Flame
Number
retardant
4.
is okay to say. That's not the same thing. It's not even the same word. Okay, go ahead.
Number 4. Would you rather every fart is a ghastly that terrorizes
I
your loved ones,
Already choose this one. Keep going.
or
I already have chosen this.
It doesn't matter. I'll terrorize them.
This is my life right now. But continue.
or every splooge is a tiny ditto that hides somewhere in your apartment waiting to transform and terrorize
that
you?
sounds infinitely worse. I chose wisely.
You're gonna fucking put your loved ones at risk?
If every fart went ghastly, that would be amazing. I would.
No, it doesn't just go ghastly. It's a fucking ghost Pokemon that's gonna go and fucking terrorize them and scare them to death.
Then I'm gonna end up like what's the Hex trainer girl, Hex Maniac? Or whatever.
Agatha? Oh no,
Oh no, that's the Elite Four person.
Yeah.
Right, look at you knowing things.
I know, man.
Damn. Hex Maniac might be later than Gen 1. It's like one of the like Pokemon trainer archetypes that you're confronted with. Anyway.
Holden?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question, so I'm going to respond to it.
Quite honestly, while ghastly farts could be fun, I think it would be kind of fun, like a hide and go seek with Ditto Splooge. Just be like, at any moment I could be sitting and like the cup on the table in front of me just, surprise, I'm a Ditto! Remember when I was your sperm?
That would make sex like infinitely like less enjoyable.
If afterwards you had to go and track down your splooge.
Yeah, wherever that may be during a sexual act. Is not going to go well.
Man. That's fun.
Why
Yeah, also,
why
like,
is
you were,
there a
like, your
Pokemon
kid,
on my
your child.
face?
Also, like your children that you're being made
Yeah.
that way. Like, what happens there?
You've got to wrangle them back up and shove them back in there.
My son is a chimera with a Ditto. Oh god, what is it called when twins are attached?
Siamese.
Oh,
No,
God.
conjoined. Sorry, Siamese is the offensive term now.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh man.
Well,
They are
noted. I did
conjoined
not know
twins.
that, but now I know.
I guess
Yes.
because Siam is Thailand, and we're saying the people from Thailand are like that. Anyway,
Yeah, why was it called that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is not the Siamese or the conjoined twins podcast.
Our last would you rather. Would you rather have a pet Pikachu whose love language is touch, but it electrocutes you every time you touch it? Or have a pet Growlithe who accidentally burns everything that it touches?
That's easy, the Pikachu.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first one. It seems like your formula is the first one is less bad every time.
But this poor Pikachu, its love language. It's never going to feel love from you.
Is love language
is
one of
touch.
these like things that like social psychologists came up with?
Yeah, there's the 5 love languages. There's like touch, there's gifts, there's
Then
some
like,
other shit.
It's okay because like Sadie will shit on it and tell me why it's bullshit, and then
There you go. But Pikachu communicates his love with touch, and you'll never be able to touch him.
well, I mean, I'll touch him and get electrocuted. Wait, is it like a death? Like a
It's not a
lethal-
shock. It's an electrocution.
Like lethal though?
You probably only have a few in there before your heart stops.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Then how many? But then Growlithe is in your house, and your whole house is just burning down just by having a Growlithe.
Right.
Exactly.
I just don't have to touch the Pikachu.
That's fair. I mean, like, what if it's like so emotionally distraught that it attempts to touch you at every moment?
What if you just
The
live
first
in a
time it
stone
touches
castle?
me, the first time it touches me, I'm sending it away because I will not risk my own life for a Pikachu.
Well, I do not currently.
I
live
will
in a
be
stone
hard. I will
castle.
take the heartless path here for the sake of my life.
Either
I'm
way, this pet's
heartless.
going up for adoption.
Oh, damn, savage.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be a little
like,
ridiculous
rubber
to be
cleaning
like,
gloves.
I know I could die because it's Pikachu, but you just got to think about the pet.
That's right. I also got to think about my house not burning down,
Yeah, exactly.
and also, Chad, what is your answer to some of these? Like, do you want a gaslet coming out your ass, or do you want a ditto coming out your dick? Like,
No, I think the ditto, hunting the ditto after I splooge somewhere would be very fun.
Wait, so is the here's a genuine question about that one. Is like the actual fart and or jizz coming out of me the Pokemon, or is it like post?
Yes.
So like
No,
as
it
it
is the Pokemon.
as it comes out of me, it's just like, hello, Ditto. Like,
Yes, it's a tiny ditto that just jumps out of your penis, and he waves and goes, hello, and then he just runs off somewhere in your apartment.
there'd be a lot of Dittos
Yeah,
in the
I
shower.
can just see you having a lot of fun with that, Chad. I can see you having a lot of fun with that, Chad, because you and your roommate would find that hilarious. Just you hiding them
totally
somewhere. Jess, guess
We
where I hit
already
the ditto
hide
this
shit in
time?
each
Oh my
other's
god, I
rooms all the
found it in my beans or whatever. I don't know.
Would there be like little like ways to tell which one's whose? It's like, oh, one of your Ditto just like came over here and touched my food. I don't want to eat it anymore.
Maybe it was the food the whole time.
Oh man. Dittoception.
Well, back to that whole eating dittos thing. Or in this case, something else. Ew.
Yeah, I'd
right.
much rather Ghastly's coming out my butt. Anyway.
Yeah, I would do the Pikachu with the love language. Maybe get myself just a pair of rubber gloves.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like in Breath
Oh,
of the
that
Wild,
works.
the game you hate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate it. I just think it's really boring and I don't ever want to play it again.
By the way, I will say this. A moment on that for a second. I was looking at my friend's profile, and I came across Chad, and I'm like, oh, what's Chad's been playing recently? And I looked through your list, and you put 30 hours into Breath of the Wild for not liking the game. That's commendable.
Yeah, I beat it.
That's commendable. 30
Yeah.
hours of a game that you just don't
Whereas
like.
you can't beat 1/8 of the games that we agree to beat every month.
Damn. I'm going to let you guys hash this one out. I'm going to go now.
Oh, honestly, there isn't a comeback to that. Chad's right.
Yep.
It sounds like a mommy and daddy fight.
Speaking of games that we agree to beat every month, next week we will be talking about our Barf episode for Zelda Ocarina of Time. So play that along with us. Join us for that discussion. We'll also be talking about Game Awards next week, question mark?
Yeah, predictions for Game Awards.
Predictions for
yeah.
Game Awards.
Are you guys, you're not playing the 3DS one for clarification?
Yes.
We are, yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm playing Master Quest. I'm pretty sure Chad's playing the regular version.
I'm just playing a regular old, good old Zelda.
I'm so pissed. At some point, I had it on 3DS, and I lost the cartridge, and I still hate myself.
Dude, that's why you should always get digital.
I know.
I think it's only $20 now. It's not like this, Nintendo Selects options. It's only $20 now, I think.
Yeah.
I might do that. It's so good.
Yeah.
Get it! And then mainline it for a week, and then come and join us for the discussion. Oh, no, wait! We might have another guest. Fuck. I gotta coordinate with that with him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
All right. Well, thank you, Daniel, for joining us.
Totally.
Daniel, pimp your stuff. Where do people find you and listen to you and enjoy your presence?
Yo, I'm at Techquila. It's a podcast. We talk tech, take shots of tequila. Go listen to it.
It's great. We've both been on it a couple of times now. So
Yes, that's right.
Everyone
Always a
go
good
listen
time.
to it now.
That's right.
I think that's all we're going to say, right?
Yep.
All right.
No, I think it's it.
Until next week, here's our usual sign-off. Pika!
Pikachu.
Hi. I mean, I messed that up. Bye everyone.
I mean,
Stupid son of a
Meowth.
bitch.